Hello there everybody and welcome back to another episode of Hades Plays Apollo Justice. And right, the reason why and the switch, and that's when you end up with, I knew you. Finally showed up. Wow. I just thought you'd make a cool entrance then say, why do I even bother hoping? Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. Yeah, something like that. I don't know, Phoenix. Where I go? Good luck. Right. Is that all you came to say? I think you have a few. You'll get much. Yeah, but you're after that. But you're there, and it won't be easy proving he did it, especially not under the current court system. What to say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption, namely that our Diva Divine is telling the truth. And the switch. Piece of jewelry and there are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar too. All because you lack a definitive proof of their connection to the case. But if the sultry songstress line, your case melts like a butter in the frying pan, leave behind a faintly singed scent of failure. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have to give you... Let's see. This bag of snacks. What's those, Daddy? They were found at the scene. Analysis of fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Probably a firecracker or something like that. Under the sofa. Hey, Apollo, that's where we found that little device thingy. Well, finally some evidence that makes sense. I want to see if I... So, you think this is some kind? Yeah, one of those noisemakers. It was kind of the same thing, really. I had no idea. Well... I thought this would provide a bit more. Every man has an igniter inside. Excuse me. Find Dorian's crimson and set it off. Ugh, what does he want us? I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. Hang in there, Trucy. I think Machi needs to hold on a bit more than Trucy does. Prosecutor Gavin, where is... In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. We stopped working together when... But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with... Correct? Oh, I know, hair forehead. Very well. Call the final witness. It's Detective Dorian Crescend. Detective, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division for those who didn't know, and a guitarist for the Gavaneers. Maybe you've heard of us? What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. And don't call me so much for old friends. I see what you're doing. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the... Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to Lamar's. If... Lying must be a national pastime in both. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Here goes nothing. Oh. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. And she forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. Didn't... The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. I do think I have an idea what could have happened. Saying it, you gotta... Why not listen to the detective? Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. Alright, let's see. What do we got? She was lying. Oh yeah, kid? You saying I lied? No, I'm just saying glare back at him. I couldn't help it. I flinched by reflex. Of course you did. Turn up back. Yo. And there's no way the diva remembers my voice. In the first place, she never heard my voice. You never talked to her even though you were playing in the same concert? Not a word as far as I can recall. But weren't you... Any of the meetings. As if you can go around remembering everyone's voices just like that. Only an idiot would believe that. And I need proof. Because as if we know she missed the words, the mixing board proved it. Oh yeah? There was a mistake, but blaming it on gunshots is just a lame excuse. What do you mean? Proves what? It proves that I'm miscued. So she spins the story about a gunshot to protect the kid and cover her own goof. Man, I'd hand it to her if she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Watch what you say. She got to you, alright? I can see it in your eye. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You ask me, I'd go with... Didn't it? Actually, I was there too. So I hear, which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots. Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor I actually saw the shooting, mind you. Heh. I guess you and... We know one thing for certain here. There were... How do we figure out... Took place while I was on stage. That could have been what the shooter wanted us to think. I'll tell you what the shooter... The diva. Don't make us into a comedy duo. The court will hear no further discussion on the topic. New facts, huh? This is tough, so what do we do? I've got a few ideas. I just need to find another way to prove it didn't. Kinda just feels very convenient. Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first thing was this, a small device. That's a remote trigger for the correct. And one of them. Those were made of what? Another traces of gunpowder were found on those fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. What? You think Detective Sky worked for you? I received the report this morning before coming here. And that's when I made. What decision is this? I registered down. Just in case. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds could have been the two firecrackers rigged to go by the remote. You got an active amount. Say every. So you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off right when the two. Right, Diane was on stage. How would he know someone was off before and there's no one? How do I explain this? He may not look it, but Diane is a gifted to show any weakness and he's sure to find it. Gee, thanks. That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several, and I saw something odd. A headset, the kind. That's right. We picked this up. What if the headset wasn't dropped in place and was turned on? You could hear what's going on, even if you were on stage. Who said you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Diane. There's no sides in the court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Air Forehead. I've got a question for you. The igniter and the burn. It's certainly possible they were. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake. We can't say. You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third session. Now you just need to prove the other. Look, I'll just. He wants you to prove the thing. While our little piano player was on stage. That's right, Gavin. If you can't prove that, then the. Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime? It can be proven. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Witness, your testimony, if you would. This isn't going to be easy. I need some proof. 'Cause I am. If I'm willing to bet anything. It seems there was clear proof left behind, right here in Lamora's song. What exactly is this? Come on, we just used this, and don't get me started. You remove each instrument is adjustable. Oh, but what does this prove? According to Lamora's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words of the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? You might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ridiculous. did I? We were all wearing those headsets. Oh. Would have been picked it up what she heard all the same. Then let's... Alright. Find that spot and I'll find the gunshots. Well, let's... Man, I forgot how slow this was. Well, I know it's not anything with this. This is the piano. Alright. This is definitely her. Found it. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. Yep. Why, son, I got guns. This has to be some kind of mistake. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lamour's testimony would. So, she was telling the truth about what she heard? It's over. Press the switch now. You could have done it, but why did he hear one gunshot in the recording? Weren't there 2 bullets fired? Was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough to hear. But then she passed over the dressing room. The gunshot fired again, and Miss Latour's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent? Ah, once again, I am reminded of something. Our performance that day. Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, Air Forehead. My guitar case is busted, And then there was the performance just now. What was all that? Second guitar. Ah! It was you, Darian! Now... Hey, well, And what... I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Latour's. Wait, you mean his plane was affected by his... You're forgetting something. Yes, I'm a trained police officer. I've had firearm plenty of it. I'm no amateur. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latour's, which suggests there was a struggle between the killer. Might not have been holding the weapon. Is that what you mean? Yes. Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent, what I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up is ready for action. Hey, you, attorney. Me? Exactly which piece of it? You got... You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager, and that's the obvious truth. The defense arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, tell us your reasons why... Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want him killed? Well, you did just admit earlier that you were part of the international affairs, and he is an international police officer. I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin your... Great, now I need to find a motive. I feel you, Apollo, I feel ya. Oh, right, sorry, an Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? It's not a very good one, seeing how we go. Wow! You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. But that's the same reason for Machi. No motive was proven for him. Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive for his. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. Yeah, what of it? Even if it... You still could have met him prior to the Huh? Oh, don't take... Well, Detective Chris... I guess I'd confess. Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassing, but... What? But you're an international... See, me and... Air Forehead, but he's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country, I can guarantee it. As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well. That's so unfair. How could I possibly know her manager? So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert? I don't think we even exchanged a single word, as if anyone would want to talk to an old Eastern blockhead. not the ladies. You see, I didn't know him. Why would I want to kill him? Your Honor, take a look at this. No, don't look it, please. Detective Chris End, ever seen this? It looks like a piece of candy. What it is, it's evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. Nowhere else. Alright, but what does... That has nothing to do with the motive. Does it? It does. Wait. I mean, I think it does. Cocoon. No, this one. Accurate. Apparently, it's the most... However, it is illegal to take one of those. Yeah, that's why we looked into the matter. Apparently, it isn't difficult. Yet, if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else. A deadly poison. There was an instance several years ago where some of these got out. It caused quite a commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware. All this led to a strict ban of the cocoons. One rigidly voiced by Interpol. Right, the victim. Detective, you insist on referring to him as a manager, but this is Millie. He was killed as an undercover agent, so I was... That's what I'm saying. That could well be a... Oh, so I was going to sell him and make... Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable, you say. Why? And for another testimony about the smuggling. Well, I think I'll call it here, and I will see you guys next time on Hades Plays Apollo Justice.